Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have another cool reading we do. We hope you guys are well. And before we begin, Sagittarius, if you would like your own psychic reading, you can always get one. They're accurate. Yes, they are. And go to my website. There are a couple testimonials there. Yeah, those are the people I gave readings to. But I always recommend getting, the tarot, the psychic first, and then you get the tarot with it if you get the combination. And now you have two readings, two unique insights for you. And I have Destiny forecasts on promotion for $50. And today or tomorrow I'm putting up Andrew Tate's so you can see his. Just want you guys to see, right? And I put Elon Musk up, but you know, a lot of people could be saying, well, we already know he had a good destiny chart, right? Yeah, they could be saying that. But I'm going to put some couples up there for the love compatibility forecast. They're actually not really yearly forecasts. They are just, it's a forecast to see if two people will stay together, though, for sure, right? So I will put a couple up that's been together forever and a couple that broke up. A famous couple, and you'll be able to see the wisdom and the unique insight that is in the love compatibility readings. They're both based on astrology and numerology, the love compatibility and the destiny forecasts. If you want to see the various services and readings, forecasts, reports, things like that, go to my website, and that is Mystic Gem with a K. It's below. I'm teaching tarot if you guys want to learn tarot, and also there is a free 5-minute psychic reading with Mystic Sense. That is below, and that is separate from me. Let's get into it. We have Callie, right? Here's Callie, and she has her third eye to the side here. It looks kind of like a tiger eye. She's holding the lotus flower, and this is the old must be released so that the new can enter. Well, that's really life's pattern or life cycle, right? And if you're not old, just let the past go. Right? But something is being let go here, Sagittarius, in order for the new to come in and to create unification. Here is the 6-rayed star, and these people are kind of, this woman's, well, she's covered, but the 6-rayed star, I beg your pardon, is unification. And so they're both holding it together. And we have the perception here. Somebody's seeing something much different or far differently, their perspective, right? And, the way you see things and your perspective on things, that creates your fate. That will decide your fate, right? If you see your cup, full or empty, that will decide your fate. It's been said by many famous people. If you guys want to get life coaching, I also do that. I'm a Jack Canfield graduate as well. And here we have the mirror perception. And here's the beautiful woman wearing a mask. It's kind of like a masquerade, like maybe in the past she was fooling herself, possibly wearing a mask. But the mirror here that she's looking in, she's facing the front now, has the phoenix here, right? And so we see the phoenix rising up from the ashes. The fire is below, and here are the hearts, but they are reversed. And her mirror has the high priestess's hat, so to speak, with the moon, and then I guess that's the crescent moon. I'm not sure exactly what her symbol is exactly, but we know it's showing. It talks about insight and psychic abilities. It sure does. And somebody's seeing something different here. I'm pretty sure they are. We have the world is a stage and true nourishment. Well, these two people were seeing things different. Here's this guy, robust, and maybe has a couple pounds on him, maybe. And here's, Mr. Boney Bob. Yeah, and he's sitting at the table, and they're there together. And it talks about somebody who doesn't know what's good for them because he's separating his food, and he's starving. And the other guy is in good health, and he's not starving, and no. And so the True Nourishment card, it talks about understanding what's good for you. And somebody has changed their perception here, and they want unification. Somebody might be coming to you to tell you, let me in, right? Yeah, like the little piggy, like the little wolf. But I don't think they're a wolf. We don't see any wolves here, no. And the world is a stage. Now, there could have been some suffering here. possibly, maybe with an ending and a new beginning, maybe with releasing the old, but, life's not that easy. I mean, it depends how you look at it, of course, but if you're, realistic about it, there's always suffering in life. Rich people suffer, right? Something happens, or, maybe they don't suffer financially, but they suffer in other ways. And the world is a stage, and here is this woman looking like Buddha, kind of, the way her hair is, or maybe it's a man. Yeah, it's a man, really, but it's hard to tell here. But it doesn't really matter. It's a man, right? We don't want to get in trouble for naked people. No, we don't. But this is a man, I believe, and he's up here, tied to the cross, but smiling. And this is, the world is a stage. Something was sacrificed here in order for something good. Yeah, that's what's going on in this reading, Sagittarius. So, these 5 cards are telling a huge story. First, something has to be released for a new beginning now, and that is going to be for unification. Somebody's seeing things far different. The world is a stage. Somebody's coming out to play here after some type of major, difficult awakening. That's why she's on the cross, right? Jesus was not smiling on the cross, although, no, he wasn't. He suffered, right? They nailed him there, but, regardless if we believe that or not, the point about it is that it depicts suffering, right? And so that's what she's on the cross, nailed there, but she's not suffering. So at least her hands are tied there, but there's an awakening here. And now somebody sees the world or their life as lessons. I've learned, because of the perception next to the world as a stage. Yeah, let me get out there and kind of really go with this journey, because that's really what life is about. It's not about the destination. And we often think it is, because, well, I want that to happen. I want riches or whatever that you want, but try to enjoy the journey, because the journey lasts way longer than the thing you're aspiring to get, right? Yeah, and the journey, there is so much wisdom to be gained, but, often through suffering, I have to say, right? But it's okay. It's how we see things too, right? Yeah, I told somebody recently, the way you're looking at it, you'll be stuck in depression forever and ever. And I would, hate to see that for you, right? See it this way. And then I, put a twist on it. And, oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. So let's see what we got, Sagittarius. And, yeah, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Wands. I can't make this stuff up. 7 of Wands. Somebody's overwhelmed. They want a brand new beginning here. It's probably the person. Even this True Nourishment card, there's some suffering in this card. The guy's starving. Whatever he was doing here and separating his food, thinking, I don't want my, my tomatoes with my giant peas over here. Whatever he's eating here, it's green, right? But he separated his food, and he's starving. You can see the bones through his back, and, it's not even, you can see like the ribs. It's just bad here. And so, but he also suffered. And the other guy's telling him, well, you're suffering because you're not looking at things the right way. You're not using your intuition. No, you're stuck in something here. And so then the guy realizes that, right? And yeah. And then he says, well, I'm going to eat your food too. And then the other guy said, no, you're not going to eat my food. Let's see what we got. 2 of Wands. Yeah, this deck here is based on the Tao. I really love this deck, and it has so much wisdom, right? Yeah, pretty soon I'll be doing the I Ching readings as well. And those, we're going to see. But those are based on the I Ching. Yeah, and it has to do with some type of Chinese ancient wisdom. Yeah, so let's see what else we have. The 9 of Swords is your concern. Sagittarius, you may want a new beginning with somebody, and you feel like they're worried. Or they're in a hard, maybe they're, what do you call that? Under a hard rock or something like that. And you're hoping for rebirth. See, so you want this. In your environment is like a a guarantee. All right. You could be saying there's no guarantees in this world. And no, there's not. Except that, a child will love you when they're born. That's it. I feel like that's it. Right? Yeah. And so, oh yeah, death and taxes. Okay. And then we have the Hierophant. So maybe you need forgiveness. Possibly the world is a stage and the ladies hung up on a cross. And this true nourishment, there's some type of suffering there. The suffering does end though. And then, this world is a stage. Like I said, she's tied to the cross. So there could be, there could be suffering. I would imagine some level. You may want forgiveness, Sagittarius. Let's move the cards down. Yeah, or the camera down, not the cards. Let me move this without. There we go. So we have four majors on the bottom, and we have 2 aces here. So it's a huge reading, right? And so in your environment as a magician, your ability to manifest this, or an Aries, right? But judging by this reading, I feel like that's what you have. The overall energy is a new beginning, Ace of Swords. Crossing is the Ace of Wands. And so the crossing energy next to the Seven of Wands is some type of a challenge, a passionate opportunity, and somebody is quite overwhelmed about it. In the past, we have the Three of Pentacles. Maybe there was a third party here. But what I feel like somebody could have been upset because they had an awakening. This true nourishment card is an awakening. The guy goes, well, he realizes he's going to starve to death if he keeps doing it that way. Separating his food, right? Like little kids do, right? I used to do the same thing. In fact, I might still. That's because I don't want gravy in my fruit, right? No, I don't. Or something like that. But this guy, right, he's, it's extreme. So, and the other guy's trying to give him some wisdom. And he's listening, right? But somebody sees something way different. That's how the man comes out here. I'm seeing things far differently. And we have the perception card, the mirror. Somebody could have really took a good look at themselves in the mirror, right? Yeah, and they didn't just, notice clumpy mascara. No, they noticed that they've been screwing up in life. Yeah. In some way. I feel like it's just how you see things. And that, like I said, your perspective that decides your fate. I know plenty of people I had to learn some things the hard way myself. Yes, I did. But I know somebody right now, I can think of right now, really close to me, who always sees everybody else as the problem. I'm like, okay, sure. Okay. Well, nobody talks to him in the whole family. Right? Yeah, no one. And not many people on the other side, right? And the other side, they're troublemakers. So they usually accept other troublemakers because they need somebody to fight with, right? Yeah. That's terrible, right? Okay. So your mindset, Sagittarius, is the Two of Wands, or what's on your mind. You're waiting to move forward with somebody, it looks like. Maybe you were at a crossroads and you had to choose between somebody here, because the overall energy with the Oracle is the endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Now, for some, it could be a person. And we don't mean letting old people go. No, we mean letting partners go that kind of don't fit with us anymore. It may be that. It could be a belief system. The Hierophant is in the reading. And perception can be the belief system. True nourishment can talk about a belief system. But something's being let go here. Yeah. And it is to move forward. And to have a new beginning here. Now, the near future shows the sun. So this is either clarity or growth. There's nothing bad about the sun. There's not one thing that is, unless it's exposing somebody's lies, because it's clarity, and the sun, the sun reflects, and it, shows, it puts the light, brings the light in. right? People don't like when you expose their weaknesses. I mean, could be the only bad thing here. No, they don't. And you might not even, I don't mean you need to say it to them. You just need to embody this nice personality, and then you make them, everybody, then now somebody else, there's a comparison, or a contrast is a better word, right? And now you're going, well, so-and-so must be a real jerk because... So here we have the sun, and this is beautiful, especially as it sits in the near future. So there's clarity, light, growth, happiness, success, joy. It goes on and on here with the sun. The red flag is here, and he's, riding into town like he's at the, the Rose Bowl, or whatever they call is that what they call the turkey? The turkey, forget what they call it. I think it's I think they have it down in LA. I'm not sure, but here we have the sun card, and he's coming with news, it looks like, with the red flag. Somebody might be telling you they let go of some either bad habits or somebody in their life, which was like standing in the way. Something was standing in the way of this in the past. This union that you want here with somebody. Your concern is the 9 of Swords. Maybe you're worried about this yourself. Maybe you're concerned they're worried, right? You can't really do that in this lifetime. No. I mean, you can do it if you want, but let's get a card on this 9 of Swords. But, it doesn't mean it, complete. You might just think that briefly. Well, maybe they're, they're worried. This other person, the 9 of Pentacles. So now we have 2 9s here. These are completions. Your concern here is, Sagittarius, is, I feel like for somebody to be single. We have rebirth here. And Judgment sits here, and it can be about endings and new beginnings. I mean, she's waking up the dead, right? Somebody may be becoming single here. They could. Your environment is a Magician. Yeah, and let's see what else we have. And you're hoping, or you want rebirth. Maybe you want forgiveness. Yeah, because there was a lack of proper insight here, or a consciousness, a higher consciousness with true nourishment and perception. So now someone knows what's good for them. The 10 of Swords is reversed here. This is an ending here, and I said that there's some type of ending here, but this is rebuilding. You're hoping to rebuild with somebody. I feel like you are. Maybe you were going to marry them, possibly. This can also be about career for some, because we don't have cups here. We have a picture of a cup here with the Magician. Yeah, there's not one cup card here, which I find, maybe it's about career. It doesn't have to be. Here's the Ace of Wands. That's passion, right? The Sun can be growth, success, and it definitely can be. You're hoping to rebuild. It could be a career for some. It really could be here. You could be, it's possible you are yourself, Sagittarius. If it's not about love, you are unifying all your best qualities here as the Magician here. Yeah, you could be doing that. Right? Because the unification card, they're together. He's on the top, she's on the bottom. They're holding the star, the 5, the 6 rayed star. But you just could be like unifying and embodying all the qualities, right? It's not enough to have courage if we stay in the past. It's usually the other way around. Usually if you stay in the past, you don't have courage. Or it's not enough to just realize your mistakes. You have to live it. Wisdom is when you have learned from your mistakes, right? It's not just knowledge. Oh yeah, I know I did that, but I might keep doing it. Or, I've heard people say the goofiest stuff. Yeah, I'm like, please, let's get a card on the Hierophant. And the Devil's with it. So we have to cover the Devil because, they're doing their own thing here with these clothes, right? They're chained. It's possible that you are married to this person in the past for some. And this could be maybe like a large company you work for. And your concern is your well-being here. This is a card of well-being and independence both. The Nine of well-being, self-sufficiency, the Nine of Pentacles. But whatever's going on, either in love or in a career, there's some major wisdom being learned here. And you do have a new beginning here with that wisdom. There can never be growth without wisdom. Unless you were born, Sagittarius, so came out of the womb and, as, I don't know, Buddha. I thought that Buddha in earlier life was suffering or in trouble or something like that. Right? These are the people that learn the most. Right? That's why counselors are always the best counselors when they have suffered. If you guys need the life coaching, I've suffered a lot, all right? Let's get one more card here. You're like, yeah, it does work like that, though. It does, right? Yeah, and so, of course it does. Okay, and now we have justice. Look at that. The Hierophant, justice in the outcome. This looks like a marriage here. It looks like you're going to marry somebody here. You want to marry them. And you're feeling like stuck about it, or you have some fear about it. You look like you're afraid somebody might not become single here, if this is about love. Yeah. But it doesn't, with all these majors here, look, the Magician, the Sun, Judgment, the Devil, the Hierophant, and Justice, all right here. 6 majors here, and there's like 9 cards or something like that. This is going to work for you. There's some type of justice coming for you. Yeah, Sagittarius. And we'll get one last card on the 7 of Wands, which is in the root. And you're overwhelmed here, or there's a resistance. There is a resistance here. There's either a resistance resisting somebody, or there's a resistance of, right here, 7 of Wands. Or there's a resistance of, I'm not going to be like that anymore. Somebody moves into a whole new cycle, and it's confirmed right here. The old must be released so that the new can enter. Let's get a card right now on the 7 of Wands, and we have the 9 of Swords reversed. This is usually suspicions. And your concern is a 9 of Swords here. You think that, it doesn't always have to be suspicions. This can be curiosity, right? Suspicions is kind of the lower vibe of curiosity, right? You can be suspicious about somebody, or you can simply be curious. But whatever's going on here, there's something you felt overwhelmed. This is in the root. This may be your person's energy, and you are kind of here concerned that they are worried. You could be thinking this person is resisting somebody else, because there is a resistance in this reading. But it's a resistance, so things can come together, either in your career, your creative endeavors, your life purpose, or in love with somebody. Yeah. So if you want to know, yeah, exactly. We're going to end this reading. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, resubscribe, and yeah, the whole 9 yards. Thank you so much, you guys. Oh, and we're going to have a reading for Sagittarius, because we are in Sagittarius, and we will put it up for today. It will be, what is it? It will be a sample, mini reading for November 20. Today's Sunday. Today's the 25th or the 26th. It's the 26th. So we're going to have one of those, a sample reading, a mini read. They can't be the full readings because I need the birth date and the age. So if you're, 28, you won't have the same person reading as the person born today if they are 40 and, and all that. Okay, so thanks so much, you guys.